In an old ABC News report, a slumber party suddenly turned tragic when the parents of a 14-year-old girl found her dead after drinking soda mixed with vodka on July 10th of 2011. Officials said that the mother had taken the girls out for burgers for dinner on Saturday. At around 2 a.m., the mother woke up to find 3 of them were throwing up, so she helped clean them up and put them back to bed. The mom said the girls had thrown up because she thought they had eaten something bad and were sick from the food. In the morning, the girl was found passed out on her bedroom floor. Paramedics arrived at the house and pronounced her dead at the scene. The police believed that the most likely cause of death was alcohol poisoning. Today, I will be talking about trying to implement a drug abuse resistance education, or D.A.R.E program, into the school curriculum for middle school children. The reason I became interested in a topic such as this is because I had a cousin named Austin who passed away a few years ago from making a bad decision of mixing drugs and alcohol. I believe that he'd been made aware of choosing right from wrong at an earlier age. He could still be with us today. As a member of the school administration, your job is to prepare students for the future. These students need to be taught decision-making skills to help them lead healthy and safe lives. As students enter middle school, they are starting to be thought of as young teenagers who are taking more responsibility and starting to make their own decisions and choices. It is especially important at this age that students are provided with the knowledge and tools they need to resist drugs, alcohol, and other high-risk behaviors. I will be pointing out the benefits of implementing a D.A.R.E program into your schools. I will be talking about the risks the students face, the types of risks students face, the community benefits, and the individual benefits of implementing such a program. The first main point I will be covering on why a D.A.R.E program should be implemented is identifying the students who are most at risk for high-risk behaviors. There are a number of high-risk factors for substance abuse among students. These include family history, peer group pressure, and other types of abuse they face. Family history kind of plays a key role in substance abuse. Family history affects one's chances of education in many ways. Recent research has identified numerous genes that are associated with the addictive process. Genes affect a person's risk for addiction and how genes metabolize alcohol. In a study done by the American Addiction Centers on twins, it found that 50% of the probability that someone will become addicted to substances and the environment is responsible for the other 50%. In another study on adopted children, it was found that biological sons of alcoholics were 4 times more likely to become alcoholics, even when the adoptive parents had no issues with addiction. The quality of parent-child relationships influence many decisions and behaviors made by early adolescents, including their alcohol and marijuana use. A poor relationship with parents was a stronger predictor for alcohol use onset. Peer group pressure can result in dangerous and unhealthy behaviors. It can influence teens in engaging them to engage in risky behavior. According to PMC, well over half of American adolescents have used alcohol and tobacco, and nearly that many have tried marijuana or hard drugs. These teens are at an increased risk for a number of negative outcomes, including diminished school functioning and deterioration of physical health. It is well established that adolescents who have drug-using friends are more likely to use drugs themselves. Schools are an important setting for interventions aimed at preventing alcohol use and abuse among adolescents. School friends and activities outside the family have been cited as an increasing importance as children grow older. Teens who feel connected to the school were less likely to use substances such as alcohol and drugs at an early age. School connectedness is a beneficial offset for most dangerous behavior. For young people who are struggling in school, drinking and other high-risk behaviors can become a new method for coping and an alternative form of social achievement. For them, school may become harder and less important. Thus, the connection between academic failure and adolescent drinking is a major social problem. The relationship between sexual, physical, and emotional abuse can lead to substance abuse. Childhood for many is a time of play and carefree exploration. For others, their childhood is marred by trauma of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. Abuse trauma in childhood and teen years can have a long-term impact on the quality of one's life. Victimized youth may turn to alcohol and drugs to cope with the trauma of that abuse. So again, students who are at risk for high-risk behaviors are those who have a family history, are under peer pressure, and have suffered sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. The second main point I will cover will be identifying some of the risky behaviors that a typical teen can be exposed to. Some of the most common adolescent high-risk behaviors include alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs. During the process of growing from a child to a teen, teens may make choices that could put their health and well-being at risk. Some of the most common teen high-risk behaviors include the use of alcohol, tobacco, and illicit drugs. As the brain develops, they can have an impact. Their usage can alter brain structure and impair decision-making abilities even after one use. The most commonly abused substance by teens is alcohol. Tobacco use is evolving in adolescence. Parents used to worry about cigarettes, but today they need to worry also about cigars, smokeless tobacco, electronic cigarettes, and vaporizers. And half of all new drug users are under the age of 18. Experimentation plays the biggest role in teenage drug use. To summarize, the three main high-risk behaviors for adolescents are alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs. The third main point I will cover will be telling you how having a D.A.R.E program in schools will also benefit the community. Preventing drug abuse and other problematic behaviors can benefit communities. Proponents of the program say that it helps prevent drug use in students, thus leading to decreased costs for police departments, fire departments, and hospitals. According to procon.org, this program is considered a cooperative effort which is done by the police, the schools, the parents, and the community. They all work together to help the children make the right choices. D.A.R.E is a nonprofit organization costing schools no additional cost. It recognizes that parents are the most important role models for teens. According to the website Writers' Tools, students who were taught by police officers through participation in the D.A.R.E program were more likely to have a positive attitude towards the police after graduation. By establishing these relationships with police officers, students are more likely to trust them and cooperate with them peacefully in the future. To review, the three main benefits for a community are financial benefits, citizenship benefits, and having a lower crime rate. Now, on to the fourth main point. The final main point I will cover will be the individual benefits of implementing a D.A.R.E program. The primary goal of D.A.R.E is to teach effective peer resistance and refusal skills so that teens can say no to drugs and their friends who may want them to use. Another goal of the program is to build social skills and enhance their self-esteem. It gives students ideas for positive alternatives to high-risk behaviors, provides accurate information about alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs, and shows students how to recognize and resist peer pressure and how to choose the right friends. It also teaches good decision-making skills. Again, the primary goal of D.A.R.E is to empower teens with tools, help them make good choices, and make sure they are aware of the risks they face. In conclusion, substance abuse and high-risk behaviors are chronic problems that continue to impact the U.S. youth. The purpose of a school-based prevention program is to prevent, or at least diminish, teens' use of a variety of substances and at-risk behaviors. I have covered telling you which students are at risk, the types of risks they face, like alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, the community benefits, and the individual benefits of enacting a D.A.R.E program. Adolescence is a critical time with regard to initiating positive health habits and avoiding negative behaviors. Prevention efforts need to begin early. Without giving teens the needed information, the frequency of these behaviors will increase through their teenage years. It could continue into adulthood with consequences of morbidity and premature mortality. Do we really want that for our own children in the future?